Good morning, YouTube family. This is Paul Sylvain of the Morel Jones channel, and I am doing this video to talk about my first experience with my trail family and the kindness of strangers. And this is about the first place that I got to stay on my adventure, where people invited me into their home and let me stay and let me meet their family. I had been getting rained on about 8 to 9 days in Missouri and Iowa, and the end of Illinois when I left Fort Madison, where I crossed the Mississippi River. I'd only got one ride from Officer Eldman in Warren County, Illinois, where I was attacked by a large golden retriever type dog. And I reacted defensively, and the lady got pretty upset, and the officer said I was in danger and I should probably get a ride through that county, that it may be better just to go south and to make up the miles. And I crossed there at Fort Madison. And I was really determined to walk all these steps all the way to California. But when I got to Memphis, Missouri, I think is the name of the town. I think that was the name of it. I had stayed outside, and all my gear was soaking wet. It was raining, and it's supposed to rain, for indefinite future in the forecast. And all my stuff was mildewing, and I was having trouble finding places to get a room or anything like that. I was really struggling, and I got to that town, and a lady drove up and asked me what I was doing and if I need a ride, if I was okay, and gave me a $20 bill. And was just so kind and nice to me, and and I'm just kind of frustrated. I'm like, no, I'm gonna walk all the way. I'm gonna walk every step. I won't accept any rides, and I don't even know why I'm thinking like that. But I went to Dollar General, and it was raining pretty heavy. I went in there, and everybody asks you what you're doing, if you're homeless, if you're this, do you need anything? And there's so many kind people asking them there in Missouri, and the lady Dawn came back to the Dollar General, and she kind of, it wasn't being insisting, but she was very concerned. I could sense her genuine concern that she's a genuine good human being and not trying to abduct me or whatever fears I might have in my brain, because I have a hard time trusting people, and that's part of the reason I'm out here. But she told me that I should meet her husband because he hitchhiked across America, and he had really good advice to give about the areas to hike and all these things. And I just was, I had a sense of that I just felt like that's why I'm out here, is to meet these people, is to know people better and to trust them. And I was fighting that. But anyway, she convinced me to go, and I went with her, and she took me back to her home, which is in Iowa, which I was pretty worried about because they're not very tolerant of I was getting questioned by officers more about, they don't seem as tolerant of hitchhiking in Iowa as they were in Missouri. But I went back to Iowa with them, and they took me in their home. She introduced me to her husband, whose name was Joe. And she explained to him, I'm going to walk all the way across America and show the kindness of strangers, and looked at my YouTube channel. And Joe just looked at me and said, God wants me to tell you to take the ride, man. And he kind of explained to me that how, on his side of it, how it is if you see someone and you want them to be safe and they refuse that's not very kind of me. The kindest thing they can probably do is give me a ride out of the rain to the next place, and make sure I'm safe, and let them know I'm safe. And that really impacted my heart and my journey, and a lot of struggles I was having inside, like just trusting people. But they are the most awesome people some of the most awesome people I ever met. They're like family. They remind me of my best friends, my own brothers and sisters. And they have their own set of issues and problems, just like everybody does, but they still open their hearts to me, their home to me. They took me to this place called the River's Edge, and introduced me to all their friends and family. And I remember everybody's names, and I struggle with many of them, but I got to play in a band called the Rolling Stone. And I'm not the best musician in the world or anything, but I really love to play. And my mental illness has kept me from being able to play with people and trust them and share my music and share what I know. And they let me in their band. They let me listen to their music. They let me dance and run around that the river's edge. It's like an RV park. It was a really awesome place to be. And I felt like I was at home. I felt like I wasn't lost. I didn't feel depressed. We didn't all share the same political views or value, everything like that. But I was treated like a human being, like I was a part of a family. And then the next day they had band practice, and I got to meet their daughter, their granddaughter, their son-in-law, and Jamin. I met this woman, Bobby, that was there with other people we had met that weekend, and people in the band. And Will let me play his guitar, and I'm a klutz, so that was very, very kind of him. Will's a great guitar player. I got to jam with Bobby, Don, and Joe, and the Rolling Stone, and that was so fun. And I can't even. And then John, their daughter Haley's husband, gave me a gift and just told me a lot of advice and stuff. I really appreciated that. But Joe and Don, they impacted my life so much. I feel like they're my best friends, and I miss them. I don't know how to quantify or explain, but it is weird to cry tears of joy from this old man. It is. Thank you, Joe and Don, very much. You have no idea how positively you impacted my life. It is, I know, and I'm already here. So you're right, Joe. I don't know where I could go if I would open up my heart to the kindness of strangers fully. I've got to go to New Mexico. I got to stay at Camp Two Dogs. I got to make a friend named Chumas and Mary and Alec and Mitri and Holly. I met so many people. Michael gave me a ride 783 miles to Denver, to my friends in Denver. And that's how I got to Denver so quick, everybody. Because the day I got the ride to New Mexico with Michael, he offered me a ride to Kansas City. I said that's where I was going. I wanted to walk, but I didn't want to walk. I just wanted to ride out of the rain, basically. And the rain followed me to Denver anyway, so I would have been wet the whole way. And, I guess I failed at that. I didn't walk the whole way, but I'm going to do more. I'm going to meet more people like Joe and Don and Michael, Addie. Just off the top of my head, there's Eric gave me a ride, Jade gave me a ride, Officer Eldman in Warren County. We already talked about him. He saved me from the woman with the dogs. And to the woman with the dogs on the county line, Warren County line in Illinois, I'm very sorry I reacted that way. I just didn't want to get bit and not be able to walk. I wish I'd have met you and got to pet your dog, and that was bad of me. But that's not what this is about. This is about Joe and Don and my first trail family. And I feel like Catherine and Shay are family too, back in Forest, Illinois. This is such a weird adventure. How can I make sense of this or do these people justice on a video on YouTube? It's probably impossible. But I'm going to put pictures, and I'm going to try to do better videos, and I'm going to try to step it up. But Joe and Don, you are golden. I don't know, you shine like gold to me. There is no better people, you know, you guys are awesome. Thank you very much. My first trail family. My trail family is growing, and Baby Yoda is in California. More about that next video. Have a good day, everybody. You're good as gold. Be shiny.